Hello, welcome back. It is officially wintertime here in Florianopolis, Brazil. So I am wearing a sweater. I even have a blanket because I'm freezing. So for the past 8 years, I have been traveling full-time and running my online business from my laptop, from remote islands to big cities and sometimes even my bed, and now in my little office in Floripa. And I often get asked, how do you do this? How do you make it run? What softwares are non-negotiable? What do you have with you at all time? So after so many years of trial and error and testing, I'm going to be sharing with you today how I make it all work and every single tool, app, thing I have with me that I think are non-negotiables. If you're new here, hi, I'm Danielle, founder of The Wander Lover. I travel full time and I document it all here. So if you are new and you want to grow your online business, subscribe for weekly videos. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to break this down into 5 categories and I have them all here: productivity, business essentials, content creation, finance, and travel tools. And then I'll walk you through my hardware, so the actual physical gear I carry everywhere. So I'll be honest about what I love, what I think is truly necessary, what is only applicable if you are in the business, like if you create content, right? So this is just what I use, and feel free to take what you wish, and I hope it helps you. Let's get started. So in terms of managing the business and having my brain online, I use ClickUp. ClickUp is where everything lives. So content calendars, client projects, team tasks, launches, SOPs, my brain dump. I have a dashboard on ClickUp where I look at all of my daily tasks. I dump everything from my business, my personal life, and it just organizes everything. It's how I see my business clearly and everything that has to run. So if it needs to get done in my business, it has a home in ClickUp. I tried Asana before, like years ago, but I just didn't love it as much as ClickUp. So you can test it out for yourself. I know some people are just so loyal to Asana, and there are other apps that you can use as well, but I just really love ClickUp. I love the flexibility. You can make it as simple or as complex as you need, and it scales as your business scales. When I was solo, I used maybe like 10% of its features and it got the job done. So whatever works for you, just make sure you have a system that helps you operate better as an entrepreneur. Next, I use my Notes app in my iPhone. And this is really simple. Like, you don't have to overcomplicate it. If I have a new idea, if I need to write a caption for Instagram, if I have any text that I need to draft, I pull up my Notes app and everything lives there. I just find it so easy to reference. And then you can also pin notes on to the top, so it's really easy to find things that I need. If you think a lot, like many entrepreneurs do, you just have like a million thoughts. If I can't get to ClickUp and I just need to pull something out really fast, I use my Notes app. This is where my best ideas live, and I love that it syncs between my laptop and my phone as well. It lives on the cloud and it just works really well for me. I know some people use other note apps like Evernote. I've tried that and I just can't move away from notes. I think right now, maybe I have like thousands and thousands of notes. So at this point, it's worked for me and I hope it works for you too. Next, I have a ChatGPT and Claude subscriptions. So this is obviously AI. Now more so, I use ChatGPT for my personal life and Claude for business. Although I do have AI coaches on ChatGPT, it just knows my business so well. But I have since moved over to Claude, and for day-to-day, for anything marketing related, script writing, I use Claude. Of course, with AI, it just helps you be so much more productive if used properly. Like, we don't want you to think about extra things that you wouldn't have thought of before, right? It's more streamlining what you were already going to do instead of creating extra work for you. Next, we have my business essentials. So these are what keeps the Wander Lover operating smoothly behind the scenes. First and foremost, which has saved my business so many times, is Apple Cloud Storage. Like I said before, I am very faithful to Apple products. I have my Mac and I have my iPhone. I also have an Apple mouse and Apple keyboard. and Apple AirPods. So what I love about Apple storage and the cloud is everything is backed up to my cloud. All of the files on my laptop are backed up to the clouds, all of my photos, and more than once, I've lost access to either my phone or my laptop, but thankfully I was able to access it on another device by signing into my Apple ID. I remember once I accidentally poured coffee all over my keyboard and my laptop died. I was able to get another one and download everything I had on my laptop back onto my new laptop. Same thing with my phone. I've gotten my phone stolen, but thankfully I was able to access messages from my laptop, and then once I got a new phone, I could re-download all of my apps and everything, so it just makes everything so much smoother. This is a non-negotiable because it automatically backs everything up when you are traveling, and if you're always in many places, there's just such a high risk of you losing something, so I highly recommend you having an automatic backup. Okay, next I recommend Zoom and Google Meet. I currently am very faithful to Zoom. I have everything synced and automatically created within Zoom. However, I've seen more and more people move over to Google Meet, and I am very familiar with that as well. If you have client meetings, if you host group calls, definitely use one of these and sync them to your other apps, because you can automatically create, different meetings as soon as someone schedules something. Like I said, I default to Zoom for most things, but there's really no clear winner at this time. What I like about Zoom is that you can screen share and you can control the other person's screen if needed, if that's something you do with your clients or you need access to. I haven't found a way to do that within Google Meets yet, and I think that's why I still prefer Zoom. Okay, next is Loom. Loom is one of those tools that once you have it, you can't believe you've ever communicated without it. Loom has saved me so much time because you can record explanations and just send them to other people, to clients, to followers, and I've even recorded YouTube videos with Loom because it just records your screen. It is so easy to use, and over time, I just have more and more things housed in it and I can reference it over and over. If you have a team that operates across multiple time zones as well, this is super handy for you to just do a quick screen record and then have it ready for them when they wake up. Okay, next, I've talked about this many times, is Thrivecart. My business would not be running without Thrivecart for automatic product delivery and for payments. So checkout carts. Like if someone wants to buy something from me, they go through a Thrivecart checkout page. It handles all of my digital product sales, order bumps, upsells, affiliate tracking. If you are selling digital products or courses and you haven't looked into Thrivecart, I use and highly recommend. It is a one-time payment for lifetime access, and it's just saved me so much money over the years because I paid for it once years ago and I really never had to purchase anything within Thrivecart again. It's amazing. Okay, next is Boxer. Boxer is how I communicate with all of my clients. I just like having a separate app specifically for voice notes and messaging my private clients outside of like WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger or iMessage. I like having a standalone app. It's for work and I'm able to record voice notes and make it really personalized. So I recommend Boxer. It is very affordable as well. So look into that if you need to communicate with clients. For scheduling, I use Calendly, and Calendly just works so well with all of the other apps I have in my business. You can choose the time on my calendar. You can set the duration of the call. You can set whether or not you want to collect a payment, your availability, and it syncs across all of your events. So let's say I'm traveling for a week next week, I'm able to completely block out my calendar and no one can schedule with me. When someone schedules on Calendly, it automatically creates an event in Google Calendar, adds it to my calendar, and then also creates a custom Zoom link that they can join. So everything is just super streamlined. There's buffers so that if someone schedules a meeting at one time, you can have buffers before or after, so you can't have like 2 back-to-back meetings. If you are traveling in the middle of the day and you need a buffer to get home, etc., it works very well. Next, we have web hosting and email lists. So with web hosting, I started with Bluehost, which I highly recommend. They have exceptional customer service, but now I have a web manager who manages and maintains the website just because it is so big now. Like I have a blog, I have a podcast on there, I have years and years of content on the website, and I've outsourced that to a web manager. But if you are just getting started, look into hosting. You will want it as your website grows. And last but not least, in business essentials, I use and recommend ActiveCampaign. I've helped clients with MailerLite, with MailChimp, but over time, as your business scales, you're going to want something more robust, and that's where ActiveCampaign comes in. This is where I have all of my client data, customer data. This is where every single email list subscriber lives, and I can send automations, weekly emails, campaigns, launch emails. Everything goes through ActiveCampaign. It is so effective for marketing. All right, let's move on to content creation. So if you are a content creator, these are what I deem as non-negotiables. The first is Canva. Canva is where every graphic, every template, every lead magnet, basically most things creative will have been made on Canva. So I'm on the Pro plan and I use it almost every single day. It keeps everything cohesive and it keeps everything in one place. I also use Adobe Suite. So this is where we edit podcast episodes on Adobe Audition. This is where we use Photoshop and InDesign. This I've been using less and less as time goes on, but with the blog, like resizing images, things like that, I still use Photoshop for, and it is just a lot more powerful than other apps, so I stay loyal to the Adobe Suite. And then for video editing, I now use CapCut. CapCut is so easy. It syncs with your phone and your Mac, so you're able to use it on the desktop as well. This is where all of my short form video editing lives. So for Reels, for Shorts. And CapCut is fast, it's intuitive, it is so powerful, and I feel like all creators are using it now. Personally, I use the auto caption feature a lot and adding text and just making the transitions super smooth. Once you get the hang of it, it's really, really easy to use. Now for podcasting, the two apps I recommend are Riverside.fm and Libsyn. So Riverside is where I record all of the audio, and when you have interviews, it records each person's video and audio locally, and I just love how seamless it is. It makes your audio really crisp. Libsyn is where I host the podcast. So Libsyn is where I upload all of the episodes and then it distributes it to every single streaming platform. So that's kind of how the podcast operates on the back end. It's been super easy to use, and I just recommend it for anyone interested in podcasting. All right, next we have finance. This section is important because I want to be real about my money infrastructure and how I operate across borders. The first banking system that I recommend is Mercury. So Mercury is my US business bank account for the Wanderlover. It is completely remote, it's all online, no fees, no minimums, great UX, and it integrates cleanly with everything else that I use in my business. If you are running an online business with a US entity, Mercury is so easy. I signed up online and I recommend it for you too. Next, I use Stripe and PayPal to collect payments for digital products, for coaching, for collaborations, like whatever it is, I use Stripe and PayPal. Then with bookkeeping, I have transferred from QuickBooks to Xero. QuickBooks has increased their pricing so much over the years, and over time I just didn't need everything that it offered. And at one point I was using class accounting. I was paying $100 a month on top of my bookkeeper fees and CPA. So it just wasn't worth it, and I switched over to Xero and I'm so happy with it. Lastly, for payments, I use Wise, and this is more personal rather than purely business, but Wise is how I send and receive money internationally for the cheapest rate. So they do not have high fees at all. I'm able to pay people here in Brazil, like my babysitters, like my cleaners, all with Wise, and it's super easy. It transfers directly into their local bank account without heavy fees. You're able to transfer from your American bank account to a local bank account almost immediately. It's amazing, so definitely look into it if you have to pay people in other currencies. For travel tools, the one that I have used the most often, number one is Olafly. So eSIMs, when you are traveling, this could be even like on a layover, you're in a different country, or you just need access to the internet as soon as you land. I've downloaded so many Olafly SIMs and it's just so reliable. I'm able to connect the instant I land, and that matters a lot for me because I want to check in with friends and family, to post some stories, to just be connected. And so Olafly is the way to go. If I don't have access to the internet for whatever reason, my internet cuts out or whatever it is, I always have offline Google Maps downloaded as well. This you have to do before you leave because you need to be connected to Wi-Fi, and you download the map area of where you're going. And then if you're not connected to internet, it stores it on your phone, so you're able to access offline Google Maps for, I believe, like 6 months after you download it, and it's just come in handy so many times if you remember to download it beforehand. For travel health insurance, I recommend Safety Wing because you just never know when you're going to need insurance, and this could be for emergencies, this could be for if you get something stolen. Just having insurance specifically for digital nomads and travelers helps so much. You don't have to commit to one country. You can start activating it when you are abroad. So if you don't have insurance for whatever reason, I recommend looking into Safety Wing. And then last but not least is Roam.travel. If you have a lot of credit card points, I recommend having this subscription so you can look at the best way to redeem your credit card points for business class flights. This is the best way to look for the highest redemption value for points online. It basically works like Google Flights, but you are searching for flights between one country to like another area within a certain date range for the lowest number of points. So we were able to fly from Europe back to Brazil for like 70,000 points one way business class, which is insane. And I don't think we would have found that flight if it wasn't for Roam. So if you have a lot of credit card points and you're interested in points hacking, this has saved us so much money, and I recommend Roam.travel. All right, last but not least is the hardware. So what I physically carry with me country to country to run this business. And number one is my laptop, my handy dandy laptop. I have it with me in every country, almost 24/7, like definitely within, a room's reach, always with me at some point because it's where the Wander Lover runs. And I love the Mac suite. So you know me, I have a MacBook. The processing power, ecosystem, integration, how everything seamlessly connects. I can track where my phone is from my laptop. I can track where my AirPods are. I have AirTags in my luggage so I can track that. It just works so well. Whatever you use, just make sure it's fast enough to handle whatever you need it to do. So video editing, audio editing, and make sure you are happy with it and you don't get like tech struggles for wanting to do something in your business and you want to like throw it out the window. Make sure you are comfortable with your laptop. Then I have an external hard drive that I carry with me. I have automatic backups, like I said, to the cloud, but you never know, right? So I have an external hard drive. I don't back things up as often as I should, but I will remember to do it, once every 6 months, and that makes me happy. It's also really nice to be able to kind of like reflect on how far you've come. I have all my episodes from the Wander Lover podcast, episode 1. Like on the external hard drive. So it's nice. It's like a little archive of everything Wander Lover related. Then I have my microphone, the HyperX Quadcast, which is right here. I'm not gonna move it because I don't want the audio quality to kind of like change, but it is my handy dandy portable microphone that I have with me everywhere I go as well for the podcast. Then what I'm recording on, this camera here, is the Sony ZV-1F. It is compact, excellent for talking head content. The autofocus is reliable and I'm just really happy with the quality for the value. It's great for vlogging, which I may or may not get into soon, but for what I need, I don't need like a huge DSLR. I want it to be compact and I want it to be cute. So this Sony ZV-1F is amazing. Then for whatever camera you use, I have a tripod that I bought here in Brazil. It's simple, adjustable, and if you're creating any kind of video as a solo creator, or if you just don't want to like rely on someone else, I recommend getting a tripod that is easy to set up. Then we have noise canceling headphones. I always have at least like one pair of headphones. I use my AirPods. Again, loyal Apple user, but I also have wired headphones. I have 2 pairs of wired headphones just in case something happens. If I don't have battery, there's always a backup. And then last but not least, what I have on this list is my Nordis backpack. So this is a backpack I use for all of my travels. I love it because it has a laptop compartment and it is super spacious. It has just compartments for everything. Like I hate backpacks where you're like, there's only one pocket, like I need it to be separate. This is just structured so perfectly. It fits on my suitcase and it has a pocket for everything. Like it even has a little soft pocket for my sunglasses. Like which, I don't know, like other backpacks probably have it, but for everything I need, this has lasted from before pregnancy to like through a newborn, traveling with a newborn. I didn't have to buy a separate baby bag. And now with a toddler, I use this Nordis backpack. So you know me, if I use it for years, you know that it works. Okay, so I think that's all I had for what has stayed with me through the years. Right? Not just like some fad that I use once and forget. This is my non-negotiable list. Building a business that runs from anywhere doesn't happen by accident, and it also doesn't happen easily. Like trust me, I've gone through so much trial and error to get my tech stack where it is now, and I'm so happy with it because I have a baby now. I really have no time for trial and error. I need everything to be certain and I need everything to be reliable. And yeah, that is everything I use. I'll include links in the description. If you have anything that you recommend that has really changed your life or made it so much easier, I would love to hear it in the comments. I hope this helped. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Have an amazing week, my loves.